We're back
Yes, after a
after,
long hiatus, we're
yeah,
finally
it
back.
feels like 10 years.
Pretty much
Works
is.
for
That's what
hire,
happens when COVID
baby.
hits.
We should have done stuff when COVID hit. That would make more sense.
Well, yeah, but
Because
we weren't
no one
thinking.
was doing it. Ever was doing Zoom happy hours. We should have just done like a happy hour of our own and just talked.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Well,
I mean, there wasn't
idea for
anything to
the
talk
future.
about. No one, yeah, there wasn't any new movies or anything. Like we could have just talked about how many times Black Widow just kept getting pushed.
Oh my God, that's a disaster on its own.
Yeah, that'll be our next topic for everyone to
Yeah,
watch.
because
You
that's
know,
going to take a while to get through everything.
absolutely. But today we're gonna officially talk about season three trailer of Titans,
Yep.
which beyond Pump Four, I feel like it's long awaited, and everyone is super stoked for it. Just especially after the ending of season two with Nightwing actually becoming Nightwing, getting his suit
Finally.
and just looking pure badass. Like so pumped.
Exactly. It was just far, far overdue for us to actually see him in this costume. It's like hint of that, and then finally. And then it's just like just a little teaser, and it's like, all right, season three, we'll see you then. It's like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, you're like, oh no, you were just
yeah,
a badass like fighting Deathstroke, and now it's like, and it's over. I was like, ah,
right, exactly.
but I'm like everyone else. I was waiting in season one for season one to end with him donning the suit, and then
Yeah,
you had to wait the entire second season for him to do it. So I was like, ah, all right,
exactly,
well, I was one full season off, but whatever.
exactly.
But
For
at least
you,
he's there. He's our first live action Nightwing.
yeah.
I think he's incredible. Right, he looks the part, and it's great. The only thing that I would like them to adjust is just his mask a little bit.
Oh my God, you and that mask, it's okay. The
I
mask
know,
is not that bad.
I
It's
know.
not that
It's
bad.
not that bad. I'm just saying, if you're looking for tips on improvement, that's the one I got, and that's it.
Yeah, it's fine. Like
Yeah,
nobody cares about it except for you. You're the only one.
I know. But all right, so let's dive right in. Obviously, Red Hood is our main antagonist,
Yes.
which is also incredible because seeing a live action Red Hood is super sick.
Yeah. I was really surprised that they were doing it this soon.
Me too.
Um, like actually having in the trailer to be like, oh, okay, this is really happening, not like towards the end of season three, be like, hey, Red Hood going on or something else in the future.
Yeah.
But I was really stoked and I was just like, okay, this has some real good promise. And then the trailer kept on going on, which we'll get into, but it's just like, oh my God, it has Century Overload going on right now.
Oh yeah. So when the initial kind of plot points came out and they were talking about Scarecrow and Red Hood, I know everyone jumped to conclusions immediately because I
Yeah,
think they cast Scarecrow. He was one of the first newer names
right.
that was thrown out there. So then everyone was like, oh, well, is Scarecrow the reason he turns into Red Hood? And you got a lot of different feelings. And, obviously I wanted it to stay true to the comics with
Right.
Joker. But then immediately in the trailer, you see Joker beating the shit out of
Yeah.
him.
Like
And
we're hoping that it's Joker with the crowbar and not like Scarecrow with he has this different thing. I hope it's not like the DC universe treatment of things. It's like we know what you want, but we're not going to give it to you at all. So this
they
is
like
what
what
we're
you got.
actually going to do. Like it should be the Joker. Like you have Batman in this world. You need to actually have Joker actually doing it, actually killing him.
I agree. And just from what it seems, like the dead police officer with, kind of the Jack
Yeah.
Nicholson Joker face,
Yep.
and then whatever the Joker or the clown in the whatever that kind of amusement park thing is,
Right, exactly.
like
Was donning the
both.
colors of the Joker.
Yeah, so it's like it's showing that it should be the Joker.
Yep.
From that shadowy figure, it looks like an attire that Joker might wear.
Right.
So yeah, I'm really hoping and praying that that's accurate. And then, so obviously they announced on the news that Batman's partner was found dead, so he's officially dead.
Yeah.
So the next topic is, how is he going to be brought back to life? Is it going to be through a Lazarus pit? Because then you're introducing Roz or Raish, however you want to say it,
Yeah.
and that whole world. So what's
It's Yeah, it just kind of, I hope that it's just the last bit because it'll be a whole lot simpler
Yeah.
um to this to just go along with. Because the people actually like watch Arrow and they watching this, they'll understand. And it's a
Yeah.
whole lot easier to explain instead of trying to make something else up to be like, oh well, we have this obscure DC pit that nobody knew about except for five nerds in the corner and be like, this is the reason why he's resurrected. It's just like just keep it Lazarus pit is a whole lot easier. You can move forward with it. There's tons of other things you could do with it, especially with Ra's al Ghul. So just keep it that. I hope they keep it that way, but who knows?
Yeah, who knows? And yeah, like you said, it's kind of already out there in the universe,
Right.
and so it wouldn't be that far fetched. They're like, hey, we're gonna kind of briefly touch on this, and
Yeah.
then that's it. So, but yeah, and he looks pretty badass, and so I'm pumped to see what how kind of messed up he is and what all he does, because I'm hoping it's just some fucked up shit, and like
Yeah. Like,
seeing a battle between him and Nightwing is going to be awesome.
yeah, it really is. Like and that's my whole thing. Like with the Lazarus Pit, like most people know that you don't come back the same. Like
Right.
you are literally like messed up, if not permanently, at least for a good amount of time, depending on who's writing the story.
Yeah.
So like it just makes perfect sense to be like he was already unhinged as it was, to be
Mhm.
like the Lazarus Pit just took him to the next level. So it'd be like, oh, okay, let's just keep moving on. Like you don't need more than 5 to 10 minutes to describe everything, and that just sets you up for the whole entire season 3.
I agree. Now, one of the things that separates Deathstroke from Red Hood is that Deathstroke he was like master assassin, just badass dude all around,
Yeah,
and takes on the Justice League, easily takes on the Titans team.
right,
Now, I can't really see Red Hood taking on the entire Titans team. He's taken on the Bat family, but more so kind of just a couple at a time. But
right,
whole team, like with superpowers and stuff, I think it's going to be a little different. Now, it helps that Jason Todd was on the Titans and, kind of knows their powers,
right.
but still, that's the one thing that I'm like, all right, I don't fully see him as the big bad of the season just because of like going from Deathstroke, who can literally has
Right,
proven he can
easily,
take
yeah,
on all of them, to Red Hood, who badass, but I don't know about taking on
yeah.
7
I,
members.
and then that's where I think where all of the other characters come into play, especially with Starfire and Blackfire. I think that's going to end up pulling her away.
Yeah,
Um, who knows what's going to end up happening with Raven and when she actually comes to play. So I think that, and also like you definitely know, like Nightwing is going to be like he's going to end up having to find out who it is early and be like, I need to take care of this, and
yeah,
then
more
maybe him
make it
going, and then
personal.
yeah, exactly, and then the Titans later on after everything else gets ironed out come along, but
No, I think that's a really good point. Yeah, and then yeah, it's absolutely personal, and then so, and especially let's go with the talk of hearing Bruce Wayne officially kind of quit, saying he's
right,
done,
yep,
and asking Dick to be a better Batman.
right,
So obviously, we just got Nightwing. I don't think he's going to take over the role as Batman.
no,
I don't think anyone does.
no,
And
definitely not,
yeah, so I think that's going to be a smaller arc within the storyline of just Batman being all pissy, and then especially then maybe finding out that Red Hood is Tim, or not Tim Drake, Jason Todd.
yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's definitely first off like nobody wants to be that Batman because he is boring and didn't do anything
yeah,
in the series so far. He's dad bod Batman going on here. So he's just gonna be like, yeah, I can be a better Batman, but I'm not gonna don the Batman name. I'm still gonna be Nightwing and
Yeah.
go from there. But it better be a small little thing. Like I, I don't want him to put on that costume or even touch it for a second. He
Yeah.
just look at it and be like, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
right.
good.
Maybe walk in, the Batcave and be like, pass.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. And then, so I guess going off of that with Bruce Wayne and then now Tim Drake being introduced to the storyline, I think that's where Bruce Wayne will then change his mind. I don't think, I mean, we'll see. I don't know if Tim Drake will play a huge role in this series.
I don't think so.
But obviously he has to at least, show his detective side of figuring out, who Batman and Nightwing are. And obviously I'm wondering, will he be the one to figure out who Red Hood is
Yeah.
and kind of assist Dick in that way of like, hey, like, I think this might be Jason, and kind
Exactly.
of go from there.
I feel like I don't know, this might be just headcanon going on here, but I feel like Tim is gonna actually see like Batman kill the Joker and then end up like following him to be like, oh my god, it's Bruce Wayne. It's like he's been Batman and he just killed and yada yada yada. And then that's how Bruce is gonna end up just like bringing him in that way to be like, hey, I can't be having you tell all of my secrets because he's probably gonna end up seeing Nightwing as also there, and then
Yeah.
just keep him around, and then he's gonna slowly bring him back to being Batman because like he really can't do much in the season. There's way too much going on.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
there's
Already there's so
way
much.
too much, right? And his claim to fame was finding out who Batman was. So just keep that whole thing going. It's real easy. I feel like he's just like a red herring. It's be like Tim Drake as well, and
Yeah.
then we get outside to see him. It's just like, oh, he just did that. Okay, that's fine. Wait till season
That's
4.
Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts too. I don't think it'll be a major role, which is definitely fine because, like you said, there's so much going on that let's not focus on him. Keep him to a minimum because
Right.
it's not really important right now. Obviously, a lot of people know where his story goes anyways, so
Yeah.
no reason to really dive into it yet. So then, we kind of touch on going to what's her name, Wonder Girl and Raven.
Yes.
Obviously they left at the end of season 2 because Wonder Girl died so amazingly.
Oh God. Yeah.
Just great acting right there. That's
Yeah.
solid gold.
It's pinnacle of acting right there.
Yeah.
An Oscar.
So died from lightning, getting shocked to death. But obviously, if anyone has seen set photos or follows Connor Leslie on Instagram or anything, she's there. She's, I don't, she wasn't in the trailer, but she's on the poster, advertising Titan season
Right.
3. So she's there. She's in it.
She's definitely there. She's popping up somewhere.
Yeah. So now the point is, all right, well, Raven somehow brought her back.
Yeah.
And I think there's even a clip in the trailer of Raven in kind of a white suit, kind of from her comics. Very brief glimpse. And I don't know whether that's gonna be her, or like she just put on a white robe or something and was like, yep, this is the healing process. And then I'm back in black. So I don't know. But I was kind of hoping to see Donna Troy come back in her black suit as Troy.
Yes.
Not Wonder Girl, but
right.
And I mean, they could be, kind of just false advertising. Hey, she's back to get people excited.
Yeah.
But also, we don't want to reveal her new black suits.
That's also true.
Could be doing that as well. So, but yeah, that would be cool to see her kind of actually become Troya and come back for that, rejoin the Titans.
Yeah, that would be really nice. But it's like I said before, like there is so much stuff going on this season. Like they have to be real. I hope that they were careful about not just pushing through everything and just be like, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, and not actually going in depth, because I feel like that is even worse than not having enough and just having like really slow season.
Yep. Just cramming too much in one, which then brings me to Blackfire.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people got real pumped up seeing her make an appearance in season 2, and obviously that's a great storyline. It's going to be huge for Corey and what she does. Obviously, she gets her own Starfire suit somehow. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to go on. Like you said, like maybe Dick goes off to, because it's personal between him and Red Hood, and then it's personal between Starfire and Blackfire.
Right.
And so then maybe she goes off. But then you have all these different story arcs going on. We're going to get a Game of Thrones thing going, and you're not going to know what's up and what's down. You're just like, okay, who's who again? And especially like introducing all these new characters.
There's tons of promise, but execution's really going to be the key to all of this.
Yeah,
it's scary at times when you're like, you watch the trailer and you're like, yes, 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 and then also you're like, wait a minute, how are they going to do all this? So it's unless like they have it so that some of the Teen Titans are just gone doing, not Teen Titans. Just having some of the Titans just gone doing something else, and then like they literally do not come back.
Yeah.
For the rest of the season, and then we got to wait for season 4. So it's really going to be interesting.
Yeah, and speaking of other new characters, we also have Barbara Gordon now officially in it, which is amazing.
Yep.
And so for those of you that don't know, like the actress that plays her actually lost her leg in an accident. So when you see her in her wheelchair, she is actually missing a leg. So, I think probably the producers and writers were like, well, why go the extra mile of putting, a green screen prosthetic leg on to give her a leg?
Right.
When she's handicapped anyway, in real life. So let's just change the story. I hope they did that, well, just tastefully, I guess, just
right.
All right, so we're going to change her story a little bit. Instead of Joker shooting her in the back and paralyzing her, she still may be paralyzed. We don't know.
I hope so, because just have a prosthetic leg and just be walking around. So you don't need a wheelchair for that.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and now she's commissioner. So like,
right.
That's a tough position to be in. And
exactly.
That's kind of,
which makes me wonder, like, are they not going to do the whole Oracle thing later on, since she is commissioner?
Yeah.
So that's kind of strange, but obviously they have some type of plan for the future.
Yeah.
And we're definitely getting to season 4, so we don't have to worry about that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it would be great to see her as Oracle. And so I don't know if you saw, they released footage of her doing combat training with like sticks, like battle sticks. And so that makes me think, obviously they're going to have, some back footage of her and Dick as Robin, hopefully we see her suited up as Batgirl, which would be sick.
Yeah.
And just kind of battling it out through flashbacks, which obviously you're going to have to show some type of flashback to show what happened to her and put her in the wheelchair. But
the season's going to feel like a clip show. I'm going to tell everyone right now, like, get ready for flashbacks after flashbacks. Like, there has to be a lot. Like, I don't see how they can't at all. It kind of brings me back to back in the day when we were watching Arrow, and I'm just like, oh my god, another flashback. We're still in the flash. Oh, okay, great.
I think that's probably how they're going to try and run this season. And which, again, if you just focused on that, wouldn't be a bad thing. Arrow pulled it off. They did it way too many times, but the first 2 seasons they pulled it off really well.
Right.
This, you have so much going on, as we already said already, and then you're gonna do it more, fill in more with flashbacks of, all right, what's going on with Robin, Barbara. Obviously they're gonna put in their love triangle. Well, not the triangle, but like their love story.
Right.
And who knows, maybe there will be a love triangle that like Corey gets back in, gets upset with Barbara. Who knows? But
Right.
yeah, it just like you said, it seems like a cluster. And
Yeah.
I'm so excited because it just looks
Yeah.
so
Oh,
sick.
I'm still on board. I'm still on board 100%. It's not like I'm not going to watch this. I'm not going to be enthusiastic about every single episode that comes out, but it's still like it's that wait and see type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So I don't know. I think we got a week. Comes out, yeah, it comes out next Thursday. So
Yeah.
HBO Max, which is great that they're kind of showing off that. I think they'll
Yeah.
get more viewers and it'll be more popular than it already was on the DC
Right. Exactly.
platform. So yeah, I think that'll be super helpful.
Yeah, definitely 100%.
So I don't know. Maybe we'll do maybe a mid-show review from there for everybody.
You know what? I think that's a good idea. That's a good plan.
Yeah. So I feel like until then, let's see. Hopefully everyone tunes in and watches it, and then we can discuss on here and figure out who is right about what and what we think is awesome, what we think is a clusterfuck.
Yeah. And I'm definitely going to be right about everything that I said. So don't worry about that, guys. Whatever thoughts you have on the show, what do you think that somebody was wrong about saying, just comment below. Don't forget, if you enjoyed us, like, subscribe, really helps us out.
Absolutely.
And until next time.
Until next time. See ya.
See ya.